I hope you enjoyed that. That's our new channel intro. Hey, everybody. It's Saturday, and this was the time that I designated to do my Twitch, to hit up the Twitch audience. Unfortunately, the last couple of weeks, they didn't send anything. Some of them showed up on some of the YouTube chats to participate in that, but they did not submit any letters. However, this week, I have, I think, let me see, one, two, how many did we get in from the Twitch team? Looks like five. Five. We got five letters for the Twitch kids. And now I got my Twitch shirt on in honor of the occasion. Oh, this is your first time? Well, welcome. I love it when people are, we get new people and they introduce themselves. Because otherwise, you just get lost in the crowd of however many thousand subscribers we have now. And I'm always, happy to meet the new people and see that, especially when young. Somebody posted on the YouTube wall the other day, a young lady, she's only 15, and I was like, oh, she's just a baby. But but I love it when the young girls come here because they can ask questions. It's a safe environment for them to learn. And, it's not like their parents are going to be judging them, like, why are you asking that? What you trying to do? And all this kind of stuff. We're not going to be tripping about what they ask. We just want them to know stuff. And, it's an open environment for them to learn information from a lot of women who are both single and married and young and mature. So it's a great place for you to be if you are a young person. And us older ladies, we can definitely get you on the right track. Make sure you don't mess up like we did. I mean, everybody's going to make mistakes. Don't get me wrong. Everyone's going to make mistakes. But you do not have to make the same ones that we did. Okay, you can make new ones. Don't waste your time recreating the wheel of dumb. We already did that. So we got that rolling. You don't need to do that. Go do something new. All right, so let's get started. Oh, I want to also invite you guys to tomorrow. Um, what I'm gonna do is I keep getting all these complaints from women about how dudes just like want to they always got something to say, and I got a story to share that happened to me just yesterday with somebody said I'm a scrub, but just like these dusties. I call them dusties because they always look like they need a bath. They look like they need to be hosed off, just like covered with ash and dust. It's like, and they actually look dusty. I mean, their clothes look dusty, their skin look dusty, their hair look dusty. That's why we call them dusties. But we're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about them tomorrow and why they just won't leave women alone. They always want to get in your face. They always got something to say. And so I will welcome you to come here tomorrow. I won't be, well, I might broadcast to Twitch, but the focus won't be on Twitch like it is today. It's just going to be, universal. But I'm telling you, I stay dropping gems. Oh, shoot, the jeweler. I need a t-shirt. But I'm glad to see all you guys. I was so exhausted yesterday. I was going to do something yesterday, but that did not happen. I came and I laid on the couch and I started looking at Netflix, and the next thing I knew, Netflix was looking at me. That was something. I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning. Just like, where am I? What day is it? Totally disoriented. But let's get started with these Twitch questions. Okay. This is from a young man who's 23. Now remember, everybody, these are questions from youngsters. They're gamers. These are kids here on Twitch that sent these letters in. And they, tend to be a lot younger than the crowd that we normally deal with on YouTube and Facebook and on my blog, Surviving Dating. So just keep that in mind because, I know you're going to be rolling your eyes and stuff. Just try to keep an open mind, be a little patient. Okay, so this young man says, the first night I met my girlfriend, she was with a guy at a bar who tried to keep me from talking with her and said he was her boyfriend. She was drunk, so she was getting taken home by him, and on his way out, he somewhat tried to fight me. My girlfriend says she has no interest in him whatsoever, but he has it in her, and he tried to get with her. Okay, now let me just interject something. If she was drunk and she says she's not interested in this guy, he's not her boyfriend, but he was trying to take her home, doesn't that sound a bit like a roofie got involved to you? So it's a good thing, young man, that you did intervene. Okay, so after our relationship was established, we got in a big fight and didn't talk for several days. Apparently, she messaged this guy, possibly hung out with him. Okay, and she showed me a message from him that he sent her on Instagram at 4 in the morning saying he loves her. Here's my question. I believe she probably doesn't have an interest in him and just likes him as a friend. That being said, I don't like the guy because of how he approached the situation to start off. Plus, I know he likes my girlfriend and he messaged her at 4 a.m. saying he loves her. Her excuse is she says all of her friends say they love her, and she has defended him, saying that he is a friend and she doesn't know why it's not okay to be friends with him. What are your thoughts? This is how you can tell people are young and they, just don't have anybody talking to them about this kind of stuff. This is exactly why I wanted to bring my behind over here to Twitch. Um, what is wrong with my Twitch display? Why is it not showing? I'm not liking this. I'm not able to see it. Hold on, you guys. Okay, but where's my chat? Hmm. Hold on, I'm having some issues here. Uh, okay, let's do that. Let's hope that helps. I'm just having a bit of drama. It just can't go smooth. It always has to be something. Hmm. Come on, let's load up, please. Okay. All right, there we go. Waiting for my chats to come back. Everything stopped. It got a little some issues here. I don't know what happened. But anyway, let us proceed. So, the young man, like I was saying, you can tell that you're young and you don't really understand what's happening here. Um, this girl, I don't think she has really any interest in either one of you, to tell you the truth. What she's trying to do is play you against him and him against you, and she's getting the attention of both men. Now, I don't know what is what's so exciting about this young girl that she got two dudes practically fighting over her, but what you have is a situation where she's trying to make you accept that she has this other man in her life that you already know likes her. That's considered to be romantic competition. There's no way in this world that anyone would feel safe and secure in a relationship emotionally in a situation like this. It's like what they call triangulation, like a two against one type of thing. So what I would suggest that you do, I mean, I know you like the girl and all this and that, but you need to like a girl who's going to offer you the kind of relationship and the kind of commitment and the kind of focus that you want in a relationship where you feel like you guys are building something together. Right now, that's not happening. What you have is a situation where you're trying to eliminate competition from your relationship, and she's arguing with you about why she should keep it. And I'm not really understanding this. And I mean, appreciate that you asked me and everything because you, like I said, you're only 23. You don't have that much relationship experience. But what I'm telling you is she showed you that text for a reason to make you jealous. She, was dealing with him at the bar like that to make you jealous. So this whole thing, this girl, this is not this something's wrong with her. So what you need to do is extricate yourself from that situation and leave her alone. That would be my suggestion. You need to go and get you somebody else that's going to offer you, like I said, the kind of commitment and focus that you want, and it's not something that's going to have you in emotional turmoil like this. This is all bad. This is all bad. So you should move on from this. That's all I got to say. Just break it up, break it off, move on. Let's do question number 2. These are youngsters from Twitch, everyone. Remember, these are not, really older people. Um, I'm 18 and female. I've been talking to this guy for about a month now. I've come to the conclusion that we are not compatible, and here are my reasons. He's very pessimistic. From our first hangout, he goes on about the abuse he endured from his parents. Whoa. I'm empathetic to the situation and let him know I understand and I support him. But a lot of the things I say, he connects back to this. For example, I'll say, well, my parents are strict. And he'll say, well, at least your parents care. Wonder what it's like to have parents who give a fuck about you. Okay, that would get on my nerves. Okay, so then she says, number 2, there's no substance to the conversations we have. The conversations are predictable and they go exactly like this. Hey, how are you? How was your day? What are you doing? How is that? And then the conversation ends. The only things that differs is the order in which they're sent. Oh, so this is by text. This isn't even a conversation. I genuinely try to keep the conversation going, but I just don't enjoy the conversations at all. Our sense of humors conflict. To put it simply, I don't have fun with him. We find different things funny. What I laugh at, he doesn't find funny, and vice versa. It's gotten to the point where I can't even talk to him unless I know I have momentary patience to deal with negativity and his rebuttals. For example, I'll say, I've never been to Knott's Berry Farm, to which he'll reply, well, I'm broke. So it's just weird. I've never had the heart to tell him, but I want to say I wasn't asking you to take me, rather just stating the fact that I haven't been. And number 4, he lives separate from his family in California. It's not easy to live here. No shit. But sometimes I ask something out of sheer curiosity, which he'll reply with the same thing. I have no gas or I'm broke. Again, I completely understand this, but I've never thought less of him for his financial situation. But it's getting really hard to talk with someone when a simple any plans for today is met with a response of nothing, no gas. Oh wow, this dude is a loser. To his credit, he is a very friendly person. He's super nice and flattering. But I want to break things off and I want to know how to let him down easy. Or do you think it's dumb to break things off with someone because of these reasons? Deb, am I expecting too much? Okay. Keep in mind now, don't be mean. She's only 18. She's only 18 years old. Young lady, what you are dealing with here is a loser. Okay, he is a loser, and you need to let him go. This dude, okay, this I can't. I don't know. You sound like a bubbly, positive, curious, fun-loving, young woman who's excited about the possibilities of her life and investigating new things, talking about stuff where you haven't been and where you want to go and stuff like that. Okay, everything he does, he says to you, he's raining on your parade. Plus, he's boring. He don't have no money, and he ain't never done nothing. I mean, what is it that you like about this guy? I'm just curious. What is it that makes you want to call him your boyfriend? What is it he's doing in his life that's so in line with yours and your path and your personality and everything about you? Where is the common ground here? Because I'm not seeing any. You say, well, he's flattering. So, I mean, what is that? That's nothing to have a relationship with. Those are people, I mean, you can have somebody, a coworker who can be flattering to you. That don't mean you date her. You know what I mean? I'm confused about what it is that got you involved uh in this relationship. Luckily, you've only been talking to him for a month, which you said at the beginning. You're not compatible, which you're very smart to figure that out. And so what you need to do is tell him just what you've told me. You don't need to worry about letting him down easy because it's not like you guys are really a couple. You just talking to. Um, I'm just wondering why it even lasted this long. Because usually when you start talking to someone and you're trying to figure out if you should date them or not, that is the period of time when you figure out where what's in common so that you have a foundation to build on and move forward. From everything that you're telling me, there's nothing here to build a foundation on. Dude is like just nothing. He's nothing. He's not offering anything. He's not even like a good conversation. Nothing, nothing, nothing about this man makes any sense for you to continue talking to him. So you say you want to let him down easy. There's no way to do that. You don't worry about his feelings like that. You just say, well, it's been really nice talking to you for this past month. But, I've figured out that we don't really have too much in common. So we don't really need to move forward with this. And I, you know, I just won't be talking to you anymore, however you want to phrase it. But you could always just not respond to them too. Look at my video on YouTube called Ghosting. It's on the Depsterism channel, and it tells you how to do it. You just block them from texting, block them from phone calling you, block them on social media, and go on with your life. That's what I do. I don't want to be making any explanations because then they want to be talking to you about, well, but why? And, but what's so wrong about me? I'll change, and then you feel obligated to give them another chance and do all this whole stuff. I'm like, shit, fuck all that. Just tell them it's not happening. Yes, in case you just wandered in, Saturday is when I do my Twitch day, and I focus on the questions that have come into me for advice from the young people on Twitch. Now, Twitch is a gaming channel. That's primarily like 95% of what's on there. They also have another channel called In Real Life where people, they tape like their life stories and what they did when they got up in the morning, how they brushed their teeth and what their dog did and all this old kind of stuff. That's where my channel is in real life because I'm dealing with real life issues. I'm not dealing with, like any of the special games, so I'm not on the game channels. But this is a relatively new channel on Twitch, and I'm really trying to get things rolling here. So if you are a gamer, please go and be a follower on Twitch. I'm trying to get up to 50 people. Actually, I haven't checked it this week. I think at 50 people you can start doing some different things. But this is very new thing for me. But I feel like I definitely need to be here. As you can see by these first two letters, they need me, and they're just babies. I mean, these kids are younger than my daughter. You know what I mean? These are kids. These are babies. So yes, baby girl, you 18 years old. You got a good head on your shoulders, and you figuring things out very well. Your analysis of this guy was spot on. You did a great job of figuring out whether this relationship was for you or not. You understand that it's not. You're not trying to quote make it work or any of the other silly stuff that a lot of young women write me saying. So good job. So yeah, just explain to him that there's just no point because you don't feel like you guys really have much in common, and you're gonna do something else, or like I said, just ghost him, and that's always my preferred way to do things. Okay, let's move on to question number three. He writes. Who is this? Oh, this is a young male. Okay. He's 24. Next weekend, my dad, who is 51, is meeting a foreign friend that he used to chat with on Facebook for months. This is his first date after my mom's death 5 months ago. Oh, how sad. 5 months though, but dude, that's kind of soon. Huh. Okay. Um, My parents were married for almost 30 years. Okay, see, he's only 51, so that means he got married at like 20, 21 years old or wait, 50 to, yeah, your dad is so he's been married the majority of his life to that same woman. There's no way in this world he's ready to date anybody after 5 months. Oh, poor thing. I have nothing against him meeting someone new. After all, my dad deserves to be happy. Just so you know, I'm a supportive son. But just yesterday, my dad asked for a favor. He wanted me to join him for his date. What? In other words, he wants me to be a chaperone. I'm not sure yet of going with him, so I thought I'd think about it first. All I want is for him to focus on that night without my presence. Which one do you think is better? Oh wow. What do you guys got to think about? No, he's not a Rolling Stone. He ain't rolled nowhere. His wife died. His wife of 30 years almost died. And so in only 5 months, he's trying to go out on a date. Well, I understand, the longer a man has been married, the harder it is for him to be without a woman in his life and in his home. This guy, I mean, you got to figure he's got married at 20. um he's his whole life has been spent with his mate, so he hasn't really spent any time by himself. And this is a common thing. A lot of women think that you have to that men want to wait a certain length of time after they get widowed or something. They get right back in because they're so used to being with a woman. They're not used to taking care of themselves. They're not used to cooking and cleaning for themselves. They're not used to an empty house. They hate it. They hate it with a passion. That's why all the time you see all these guys out at bars and stuff. They will be anywhere except at home by themselves. Don't you think about that? Well, of course he's nervous. Think about it. He hasn't been on a date in 30 years. The man is he's nervous. He wants to be with somebody, but he doesn't know what to do. So what I'm thinking as we talk through this is the ladies are giving me some I kind of clarifying my thoughts. What you might want to do is sit down, and I know it's going to seem weird to you, but if I knew where you guys lived, I would do it with him. He needs like a mock date. He needs like a dating coach. Someone who can say, okay, when you were dating, it was like this and it was like that, but these days is like this and that, because he's going to be facing culture shock. When he goes out there, dating how it was 30 years ago is way different than what it is now. He's going to be like an anomaly for real, because of his mindset. Out here dealing with these single women, they're not gonna know what to do with your daddy. That's gonna be flat out. He's gonna be approaching them with his, ex-husband, married man. I've been with the same woman 30 years, and how he's treated your mom. He's gonna be having those same principles and trying to use them with these new women that he's meeting, and that's just not gonna work. They're not gonna know what's happening with him unless it's a woman whose husband also died after being married for 30 years. Now that then it would work because then they'll be on the same page. But how often is he going to run into that? But so what I would say is a mock date. Even if you have like an aunt or one of your friends or a friend's single mother. I mean, somebody who's willing to role play with him and get him to feel confident about himself, because that's why he wants you there, because you're all he has left. So he's used to you being in his life. He's used to your mama being around, and now he's trying to venture out on a new path and go by himself after that major catastrophic change in his life. The man is like confused. He doesn't know what to do, and it's kind of sad. He wants you there, kind of holding his hand. I mean, but just think about how nervous he must have been to even ask you that. You see what I mean? Let's empathize with him. And yeah, I was thinking that too. If he would find, like a woman who's a widow, since he's a widower, the two, and they've both been married for a long length of time, they're going to understand each other. They're going to be coming from the same era, and they would probably get along a lot better. But I don't know. I don't necessarily know where he can find such a person. I mean, I don't know what the story is with this person you say he's been talking to on Facebook. I mean, maybe he already has that situated. But I'm thinking that a mock date, I think, would kind of get his feet wet and let him feel comfortable. Maybe even a double date. Like you could set him up with somebody and you and your girlfriend go with him. You know what I mean? On his mock date. Just so he can get his feet wet and feel comfortable being back out there. And his mind is going to be all kind of confused too, because he's going to feel like he's cheating on your mother. It takes you a while. I mean, I went through this myself, so I know, and I was not married for no 30 years. It was only 7. So to feel like you have to move on. You know that you got to move on. But you still in the back of your mind, especially when you got the first time, or to, you're still connected to your spouse who is now deceased. And just because they died, the emotional connection that you have to them doesn't go just like that. And so you're wrestling with those feelings of guilt and confusion, and is this wrong, and is it too soon, and what are people going to think? They're going to think I don't really care about her. I mean, he's got a lot going on. That's why he wants you there. So those would be those are my suggestions: either the double date with you and your girlfriend and somebody that you hook him up with just to be a coach for him, or you set him up to go on a date by himself with the coach person, or maybe both. Maybe the first one, the double date, and the second one he goes by himself, and then he'll be ready for real dating. But I would not recommend that you go on this date with him. I don't even recommend that he go on this date by himself yet. It's too soon. He needs to get himself mentally and emotionally prepared. I mean, he might be excited about going on a date and come home, like all, I mean, go out the door looking, being all excited. But somewhere in there, there's gonna be something he's not gonna really know how to deal with. He's gonna be having some feelings about it, and it's gonna be a hot mess, and he's gonna come home upset. So let's do the preemptive strike. Tell him, let's hold off on this for a couple of weeks, and let's do these other things first, Dad. I want you to have a great experience. I want you to meet somebody. I don't want you to be by yourself. You still, he's a relatively young man, still only 51, and so he got like another 30 or 40 years for he could be with somebody. So he needs to definitely do that. But kind of just talk to him just what I told you, or let him hear this video. I mean, either way. But I think it's a good idea for him to get back out there. But he's gonna have a lot of mental and emotional things to deal with, and that's why he wants your support so much, and that's why he asked you uh, to help him. Okay, that's what you need to do. All right, so that was question number 3. Wow, that was really different. I don't think I've ever had a question like this in my whole almost 27 8 years of doing this advice stuff. Okay, question number 4. I am 20 years old. I'm in college, and I found out about you on Twitch. Yes. I have had a crush on this girl for ages. Then I finally bucked up the courage to ask her out. To cut the story short, we have now been in a relationship for 2 months. She is incredibly shy, sensitive, feels unworthy, and has been messed around by her exes before. I love her for who she is. I really do. Despite her flaws, I try and help her as much as I can to get her to open up and be comfortable. But she is always overthinking and gets upset by a lot of stuff. During this relationship, I have comforted her, smothered her to feel wanted. Smothered her. Oh. Been there when no one else was because her relationship with her own family has faded. Reason why I'm writing is because I don't feel any reciprocation or love back when she said she loves me. I've told her countless times that to me actions speak louder than words, but she has never initiated anything like kissing, cuddling, or even sex. Therefore, this makes me feel worthless and like I'm doing something wrong. Aww. I love her and I don't want to break up, but I've told her countless times to open up as much as she can. I just feel like this relationship is so one sided and unbalanced that I feel so lost, disrespected, and underappreciated. I've never asked for anything back in return for what I do, but her not showing any love or affection back is killing my feelings. Do you have any advice for me? Oh my God. These young folks, this is so cute. I mean, well, it's not cute, but I mean, it's cute because it's taking me back because this is the kind of stuff that only young people would really be dealing with because old people be like, Screw this heifer, I'm out." But he this is probably his first love, and he's trying to be there for her. He sounds like a great kid. He's got his priorities in order about helping your woman and being there for her and all of that. But he says that she shared. Let me flip back. We've been in a relationship for 2 months. She such da, da, da. Okay. She's always overthinking. She feels shy and sensitive. She's been messed over by exes. She feels unworthy. Okay. What you have is someone with extremely low self esteem. I don't know what happened to her, the getting messed over by her exes, but I'm thinking that when people usually have that kind of baggage, it makes it very difficult for them to open up, and it makes it very difficult for them to trust that what you're saying and how you're treating them is sincere, because they've seen it and heard it before, and it turned out that, like that loose commercials used to say in the 90s, it wasn't live, it was Memorex. You remember that phrase, you guys? Oh, I'm dating myself. But so she's heard this before over and over and over, and then she knows what ultimately happened is her heart was broken because they left her, they abandoned her, whatever. So what you're dealing with right now is, you're being sincere, you're trying to love her, you're trying to show her that you love her, but she's not really trusting that what you're showing her and telling her is real. So she's kind of, she's got walls up, and you're trying to break through the walls, and you want her to come out of the wall too, to your side and make you feel loved, and she's not doing it, and she can't, and it's not probably not that she doesn't want to, but that she can't. And your girlfriend sounds like she could benefit from some therapy. Like I said, these things of being shy and sensitive and feeling unworthy and dealing with the hurt of people, messing over you time and time again, that leaves holes in your soul. And she's going to need someone to help her, address those issues and that feeling of feeling unworthy. See, that's the key thing that I think you mentioned it, but you don't really understand what that means. In a relationship, if someone doesn't feel worthy of your love and doesn't feel worthy of the way that you treat them, they always are waiting for the other shoe to drop because they feel like it's just a game, it's just a lie. You're gonna just, you're not sincere, you're not real, and they're not gonna try to give it back to you because it makes them feel too much at risk. So what you have to do is sit down and tell her that how it's impacting you. I mean, just be forthright. I know you're trying to be strong and all this kind of stuff, but what you have to do is just tell her, I can't, I don't feel loved. I feel like this is a very one-sided relationship. I'm showing you love, I'm showing you affection, I'm showing you attention, and you never really show anything back to me. So I don't feel wanted in this relationship. What do you think that we can do about it? Put it on her and see what she says. She may say, well, I can't give you what you want, and maybe we should break up, in which case that's what you are going to have to do, because you have a situation with someone you're loving and they're not loving you back. And I mean, how long do you intend to do that? How's that going to help you? I don't mean for you to be a selfish, individual, but we all get into relationships because we feel like it's going to benefit us in some way. Emotionally, some people, they call them gold diggers. It's about the money. Some people, they just want, they want kids or whatever. They don't really care about the woman too much. They just want a baby, or the woman wants a baby. So people have different reasons why they get in a relationship. But yours sounds like it's wholesome and healthy. You want to love, and you want to love someone. You want to be in a position where you can give that love and get it back. So what you want to do is, have this conversation with her, be an adult about it, express fully what you're feeling, let her know how her behavior is impacting you, then give her a couple of days to think about it. I mean, you hit somebody with something that heavy duty, and then you sit there with your arms crossed looking at them like this, thinking they're going to come up with an answer right then. That's not going to happen. So give her a few days to massage the information around, sort through her feelings about what you said, sort through her feelings about herself in relation to what you said, and then she may be able to give you an answer. And ask her to do that in like 3 days, to call you and tell you what her analysis is, and whether you guys can move forward or if this is the end. And just be blunt, because all relationships ain't meant to last forever. They provide you with some kind of benefit, and then that's it, they're over. So you think about that and let us know. Can I help you with approaching females? Most assuredly. What you need to do, though, is send your letter in to, like these people did. Send it to me at survivingdating@gmail.com. Make sure that you say that you're from Twitch so that I know where to answer your question. So that's why these people all said that they're from Twitch. So that's why I'm reading their questions on Twitch. Okay. So you do that, and you say what you've done and how you feel, and maybe what's worked and what hasn't. I mean, give me some information, and then I will give you some suggestions. Okay. Because it's not that hard. I got some ideas for you. Okay. So let's see. And that goes for anyone else here too, who's listening. You want to get some advice, and you're a Twitch user, just, survivingdating@gmail.com is where you write. Okay, so this is the last Twitch question for today. We only got five. We're not like over on YouTube. Y'all be just wearing me out, sending in 10, 20, 30 questions a week. So we only pull out about 10. You catching you live? Yes, this is live. This is live. It's live and in living color. And I fixed whatever was going on with my camera too. I had to like, oh man, it was like all grayed out and grainy the other day. I was like, what the hell happened? Because I didn't change anything. I just logged on and it was just weird. But today is back to normal, so I'm like, whatever. Okay, so here's question number 5 from the last Twitch question of the week. Um, Coming from a black man, you're on point with your advice. In some ways, I'm definitely one of those nignogs you speak about. Oh no, don't be a nignog. Well, okay, we got to talk after I finish this. Hold on a second. That is so funny. All right. Okay, question 5. I heard about you on Twitch and decided to see if you could help me with this situation. I'm a 28-year-old single guy dating a 26-year-old woman. My issue is how to get my girlfriend off my back. Oh, this is hilarious. She is wearing me out with constant conversation about where we are going, and what my 10-year plan is. I've only been dating this woman for about 6 months, and I do love her, but damn, he writes with a whole bunch of A's and M's. That's funny. I have been straight with her about no marriage and taking things one day at a time. How can I ease her mind and at the same time keep her off this commitment track she is on? Especially when I already told her that is not where my head is. I've asked her to lighten up, but she is persistent. And every few days she starts with that shit all over again. I'm starting to think about moving on, and that's a bad sign for me. Well, these dudes are killing me. It's like the one in the chat and this one between the two of them. I'm about to fall out my chair onto the floor rolling. All right. It's time for you to stop writing me and have a conversation with this girl. Now, I don't know what you say or how you say it, to tell her to get you off your back. You have to have like an adult conversation, not like a few lines and then, or taking place over text or, a short phone call. No, 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 no. A face to face, sit down like the mature adults that you supposed to be, my dear sir. Why do you hate people so much? I don't know. Probably because they most of them deserve to be hated. You asking the wrong question to the wrong person because I'm gonna give you a stupid ass answer. All right, okay. You need to sit her down and tell her that yes, how old are you? What did you say? You're 28 and she's 26. Okay, y'all been dating 6 months. Okay, 6 months is long enough to know for most older people, like I'd say people 30 and over, they would know if this person is wife material or not. Okay, you on the borderline. You have a couple of more years to act stupid, and then after that, I'm gonna be holding your feet to the fire too. You don't get to be around dating around with a woman for a year, 2 or 3, talking about you don't know what you want. You know what you want, clown. Don't be playing them stupid games. This woman wants to get married. She wants a husband. She wants a father, and she wants some kids. And a whole, that's her life. That's what she wants. Okay. You talking about no marriage? Then why are you still with her? See, now I got to ask you some hard questions. Now the woman has told you what she wants. If that's not what you want, that means you just hanging around and you trying to use her for some butt. That's what you're trying to do. Stop doing that. That is rude and crude, and it's just nasty and disgusting. That is gross behavior. It's mistreating someone. So, this woman, you know that she wants something that you're not going to provide her now or ever. That means in the 6 months that you've been dating her, you figured out that she's not your Miss whatever. She can't be Mrs. whatever your name is. Okay, she didn't make the cut. You know this, so why are you still fucking around with her when you know this is what the woman wants? See, you do this is foul right here. What you doing? I know they know within 90 days they know. But this one, he's 6 months, and I applaud her for being very straight. Now, what she needs to do though is, now she ain't gonna be trapping him. Well, yeah, he might say that, but that's why I'm getting up in his ass right now because this is when you need to stand up. You're 20, you're almost 30 years old. Okay, act like a goddamn man. Act like an adult. I'm not gonna be really like babying you here. You know what you want with your life. You know that you don't want what she wants. You sit there and tell her, we're gonna break up right now because I don't want to hold you back from finding what it is that you want. Because that's not what I want. That's not the page I'm on. I ain't even in that book. I'm not trying to get married. You want marriage, you want a husband, and there's nothing wrong with all that stuff that you want that. But I'm telling you straight to your face, you ain't gonna get it here. So that's why we're gonna break up. I wish you the best, and go on with your life. And it's been great knowing you and all of that kind of stuff. And you want to wait around. You tell her to lighten up, but what's she gonna lighten up for? You already know that you don't want to get married. So I like her style. She's putting out that heat on your ass. And that's why you talking about you need to run. That's what you need to do. But not run like a coward, but you walk away like a man, like a G. Because right now what you're doing is acting like a little bitch boy, and I'm really not feeling this shit at all. You know what you I mean, you say it right here. I have been straight with her about no marriage and taking things one day at a time. That's bullshit at 28 years old. That's bullshit. You just trying to like string her along so you can keep tapping that ass. I know what you're doing. You ain't slick. She's young, and so she only 26, and she doesn't really understand what that means. But I'm telling you, you the one that wrote me. You the one looking for some kind of way to ease out of the situation, but still keep your hands in her drawers. But I'm telling you right now, cut that out. That's not what a man does. It's not how a man handles himself. This is a bitch boy move right here. You want to move her along with respect and give her the respect that she deserves. Okay, right now you just um I'm just not feeling you at all. Um, just be straight with her. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Be straight with her that marriage is not in the plan for you and that you want to break up. You take charge of that situation and let her know that it's for her own good. Okay, that you're not doing it because you want to be mean. You're doing it because she wants something that you can't provide her and have no interest in providing. All right? Just be a man. Come on, now stop with this. This like little bitch boy shit. I hate this stuff. See, he got me cussing. I'm trying to be good. I was trying to not do that on Twitch. I was trying to turn over a new leaf. Honey, that leaf just blew in the wind and landed on the backside up all over again. Yeah, he just wasting people's time. But she's laying her. I mean, she must really like the dude, because she's pressing. She wants that, but she wants it with him when he's already told her that he's not gonna do that. And what happens a lot of times in these situations, because this is how my brother got married. He was talking all that yang about he didn't want to get married and all this old stuff, right? So his girlfriend said, okay, and she upped and moved from San Jose to Los Angeles, where she grew up. That nigga was pacing and tripping, and within I'd say, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 months, he couldn't stand that he didn't see her anymore. He had got him just taking her for granted, and that's like what this dude is doing. And so she just like said, okay, later. And then she moved, and he didn't see her anymore. And next thing you know, that nigga was there buying a ring. He went and got one of them diamonds. They had this store in San Jose where they just sell you the stones. It's cheaper, and then you design your own setting and all this stuff. So he did all of that fancy stuff and went down there and proposed and all that old kind of stuff. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And that's what this girl needs to do, because I think he's talking all the smack, but she's still there. And I mean, it may take. He may be serious, well, he really isn't interested, but then it may just be because he's just feeling, resistant because she keeps pressing him, and that if she's gone and he misses her, he may be able to have the space and time to, figure out what he really feels about this woman. But either way, she's not gonna lose out by cutting ties with this guy and, moving on to do something else. Either he'll get his shit together and come back and find her with a ring in his hand and a wedding date in mind, or she'll move on to somebody else who wants what she wants. And then, but either way, she has nothing to lose. It's gonna be all better for her. Now, that's what I got to say on that. He don't have no anxiety. He just got nigga. He's just being niggalicious. That's what he is. Just one thing he want to have his cake and eat it too. I know that game. Yeah, she must really like him. That's what I think. She really likes him. Who is only it's 5:20 a.m. there? Ooh, honey, what was I doing at 5:20 this morning? Watching Netflix. So somewhere as my grandma was like Deb and my grandpa, like how he men are described in these videos. She fixed him though. The longest marriage, Bonnie and Clyde duo. Not perfect, but a kick-ass lesson. Those two. Yeah, he needs to get. She needs to understand what's going on here. You guys are really clowning, dude. Okay, so back to this guy. What is his name? Afrique Nomad. My first time catching you live. I've been listening to you at work all day today. Really? Which videos did you listen to? Coming from a black man, you're on point with your advice. In some ways, I'm definitely one of those nignogs you speak about, he says. Okay, that's the part that had me dying. Sir, if you are still here, please share in what ways you consider yourself a nignog. Oh, you knew it was going to be one. Dang it. I tried so hard, though. I was trying so hard. I'm telling you, I'm trying to be, like calm and, you know, uh, just be cool and chill. These people they make me just they just like light a match. I already got a bad temper, and I just like lighting a match to me. Your grandmother likes your crazy grandpa. Well, that's how it is. Couples get together. Yes, at least he is honest. That is true. But he needs, okay, there's two parts of being honest, okay? There's the honest of you saying things, and there's the honest of you backing up with your actions the words that you say. Okay, so if you're saying one thing but doing another, that's not honesty. Okay, so that's what I want to clarify, ladies, because he's giving lip service to this and that, but he's still messing with the girl who he knows wants to marry. Okay, that's not being honest. That's not being honest at all. Well, I'm saying that's how most men are. They need, but women are afraid to do that because they're afraid. Oh, the comment I'm responding to, for those who may not know, someone says, "Isn't that how Doctor Phil's wife got him? She was like deuces, and he proposed when he realized that he was about to lose her." And that I think is a good strategy, and not necessarily like a manipulative strategy, because like I said, it's gonna work for the woman either way. That she's gonna be free and find someone else that does want what she wants, or she's going to be over there and the dude is going to give the guy space and time to miss her and to explore his own feelings without feeling any pressure and stuff, to really get into his own head and his own heart about what he really feels about that woman and her place in his life. I think a lot of times, when you're there all the time, you ask him, you talk to him, you sexing him down, you cleaning his house with him, you going out with him, you hanging out, you cuddling, you watching TV, you're there all the time, right? He takes that for granted. So you saying that, well, I want to get married, I want to move to the next level. He's like, what next level? We're already doing everything. There's nothing else for me to get here. Which is why I say you should never live with a man unless if you want to get married, don't move in with him. That's another move. That's another video. But when you eliminate all of that, so he comes home, the house is empty, ain't nothing cooking on the stove, it's dark, it's cold. So he turn on the TV, he looks at the little seat where you used to sit, ain't nobody sitting there. He hollers out, "Babe, can you bring me a beer?" It's echoes through the house because ain't nobody there. He got to get up and get his own beer. He's sitting there looking at the kitchen stove all cold, dirty dishes in the sink he left there 2 days ago. He go get in the bed, the sheets been, just cold in the bed. He in there by himself. He just looking around. He lonely. He's cold. His stomach is growling, and he's lonely. And he's sitting there, and he's like, oh. So now he starts to miss her, right? So once he starts missing her, then he can start figuring out what she really meant to him, and what he's losing by acting a fool, talking about he don't want to get married. So, but like I said, this typically works for guys who are 30 and above. This guy is like I said, he's kind of, he's on the fence. 28, did he just turn 28? Is he almost 29? I mean, I don't know those details, but usually about 30 is when the guys can make that transition emotionally, and a woman, should has nothing to lose if she wants marriage and he doesn't. Just deuces him and move on. Just next his ass. If he wants you, he knows what to do. Other than that, go start dating other people. Don't worry about it. I love myself more than anything on this planet. and I will tell a motherfucker in a minute. It's like, whatever you talking about, that's nice and wonderful and all grand and gloriful and all them things, but that don't have shit to do with me. What Deborah wants is the most important thing. And if I want something and you don't give it to me, then I'm going to go and get it. I'm not going to do without it. I'm just going to get it from somewhere else. So you will lose your opportunity to be the provider of that thing, in which case you would have definitely received the benefits of me. But if you decide you don't want to give me that thing, well, then I'm not going to stay there and continue to give you the benefits of me because this shit here, this is valuable. Okay, what I say, what I do, what I look like, my cooking, my sex, all of that has value, and you don't deserve it because you don't want to give me what I want in order for you to have access to all of this. See, and so you guys, you got to think about yourself like that. If you think of yourself as the prize, then it's like winning the lotto. You don't get the lotto. You can't even get a chance at winning the prize unless you get a ticket. And you ain't bought no ticket homes, then you ain't in the drawing. So I don't know what to tell you. So you telling the dude he need to get a ticket, and then he don't want to get a ticket. Well, then why are you there? You trying to give yourself as the lotto prize to somebody that ain't even got a ticket? What are you doing? That's what I'm saying. Honey, because I will tell people no in a minute. I tell them no, no, hell no, no, nigga, no. All kind of no's. You know me? That's like one of my favorite words. I'm telling you, no and free. My two favorite words. And I will say no in a heartbeat. And don't care. But that's what this young lady needs to understand. And any of you who are out there in a similar situation with a man, you want a certain kind of commitment and involvement from him, and he's not providing it, and he has every excuse in the world why he's not going to give it to you. He's resentful. He want to talk about what he could get from other bitches and all this old stuff. Well, take your ass on over there then. I mean, what you want me to do? Don't tell me what you could get from some other bitch. Go prove it and go get it. What are you doing? I mean, you should have been over there then. If you can get it, instead of bugging me trying to get me to get it to you. And that's the same thing in reverse for this young woman. I mean, she asked him, she gave him a couple of chances and stuff, but I mean, let's move on. Okay, so what did he say? I only recently discovered you and I admire you. I'm 30 years. Okay, he's 30. And your advice and life lessons would have served me well had I got them earlier in life. Learning to be a man has been a solo journey for me. That is a great quote. Let me copy that because I want to use. I'm doing a video on manhood, um, and I'm requesting uh, comments from guys, video comments, um, and you might be a good one uh, to contribute to that. There's the information about it is up on the community wall on my YouTube channel, and it tells you the instructions. There's 4 questions that I'm asking guys, and you can respond to them. Just film the video on your cell phone. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And just send me the clip, and I'm going to be compiling them together with all the responses I get from the guys, and try to put together something that I think will be really powerful for young men who watch it. Yes, but my knick-knack man. I mean, but he's being very respectful. So I mean, at this point, he don't need. I'm not going to treat him like a knick-knack. I thought that was funny. He's approached with a very respectful. I mean, you know what I mean. He hasn't done anything that would get me mad. I give people, great chances. I mean, I'm not like a man hater or stuff. I hate the ones that come here and act like a goddamn fool. Now, those men, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and act a complete zip damn fool with them. But this young man hasn't done anything. He just asked a question. He said he was a nig dog, which I thought was hilarious. And but I'm laughing at him more than I'm angry. So I offer my assistance. He's asked in a very respectful way, just whatever. If he wants something, that's fine. But y'all see how I act when they come in here acting a fool, or go on my wall acting a fool. I let them have it with both barrels. I'm definitely not afraid to clown. Well, I don't know about fear of loss. So these guys, they're just scared, because you got to look at this like this young man is in the letter. If he's used to dealing with a lot of different women, he just hoe hopping, as my daddy used to call it. and not really getting really too deeply emotionally connected to any of them, then that for him to he needs to transition to the next level, right? But that requires maturity, and it requires an understanding of self, and it also requires an understanding of the benefits of joining forces with a woman and starting to create a legacy. Okay, that's what is missing in so many young black men's lives. They don't understand the benefits of that. They think that they're building a legacy by get how much pussy they get. That ain't nothing. You're gonna be an old man alone in a nursing home, having survived a bunch of STDs and have not shit, no shit to show for it. Where you build a legacy is when you create something and build something with your partner. Whether you gay and the partner's a male or you straight and the partner's a woman. The whole point is you pool your resources and together you build something, and you for your family, something that you can pass on to the next generation who then builds upon that. And that's how you create generational wealth. But see, we don't have that in the black community because the black men are just off on some pussy shit. They ain't thinking about nothing else. And so it's like, it creates women. You can't build nothing by yourself, really, because you're trying to do the work of two people all alone. You just can barely, you got shit meet, you got the ends meeting and stuff, but there's not enough left over to really build on. And for that's why you need two incomes. And that's why I advise women, if you don't have a partner, if you can do that same kind of situation with another single mom, even if it's your sister, your best friend and her kids, whatever y'all gonna do, build your shit together. Get a big enough house that you guys can split the bills, and think of how much more resources you'll have and how much more benefits the kids will have from having attention from two moms instead of just one. You cooking enough food, right? And the cost of your food is gonna drop like in half. The kids can eat better food because you can buy better quality food. You can buy in bulk. You can go to Costco or farmers market, or these other stores. There's all kinds of benefits to pooling your resources and building on that. Well, I'm just saying, if the brothers could have resources if they stopped spending all their money on bullshit like rims and spinner and Jordan, whatever the fancy shoes are these days, $200 or $300, shoes, and $1,200 and $1,500 cell phones just so they could flash, and and all this stuff. I mean, it's like, what you got to do all of that for? Put your money into something that's gonna have some value. Buy some property, buy some land, do something positive with that shit. And that's if they could do that and you join forces with a woman and build some shit for their kids, then this whole issue of black people being at the bottom economically and not having nothing, and all these single parent homes by the kids, don't have anybody to protect them, all of those problems would disappear. They would disappear. But the men are the ones who need to get their shit together. It's the black men that the community needs to get to their shit together. But ladies, I'm telling you a way to do it in case they don't, or if in spite of the fact that they're not, you do it. You can do it yourself, but you got to stop looking for them to help you, as holding yourself back, and instead focus on building with each other. I'm telling you, two or three women in a house, you get a 5 bedroom house, right? Each one of you three have a room by yourself, and then you got a boy room and a girl room. Okay, that's 5 bedrooms, and you got one kitchen, you got a living room, you got everybody can have everything. You all can roll, you can do so much great stuff with that. But you can just prosper, but you have to make rules about it. And the number one rule, I think, that we met, don't you ever bring none of y'all can bring no niggas up in the house. No men in the house. I don't care who it is. I mean, unless it's a repairman and he's in and out doing a job. But as far as you be bringing your man to spend the night and stuff, no, that's a violation of the rules. That has to be the number one rule in every one of these households if you want the safety and the sanctity of the children to be paramount, as well as your own, because these women get involved with these crazy ass men that want to come in the house and shoot everybody and all this stuff. No, you don't. They don't need to do that. So, I mean, other rules you work out by yourself, but this is my platform that I've been saying for the last 10 years. If more women would do that, y'all could be like not living in such poverty, and your kids would prosper, and so would you, while you sit over there and the men get themselves together or not. But that's what you got to do. There are stores that have way better prices than Target and Walmart, and but it's that regional. You just got to see where you are and what look around. I mean, sometimes you can find good deals. They have like Ross and Marshalls, and um, they have like the clothes and home goods and stuff like that. And then you can get bulk things at Smart and Final and at Walmart. I mean, Costco, and then or what do they call it? Sam's Club in some parts of the country, is Sam's Club, and then you can also, if you go to any grocery store and you order things like by the case, you get a discount. You get a discount by ordering by the case. So there's all kind of things that you can do. You rented a 7 bedroom house with 5 other people. Yep, definitely doable. Got your chores, you know what I mean? You do that. I mean, that's how you got to work it. And you guys save so much money. Oh my God, the money is just by yourself, paying everything by yourself versus splitting that shit up between, 5 or 6 people. Psh, you have so much pocket change, but don't be walking around spending it and, flashing it. Put your money in the bank, preferably a credit union. A credit union. I do not recommend banks. Credit unions are the way to go. But I had thought about doing a whole video for single mothers on handling your finances and coming up with whatever money that you have. Well, that's true, but we talking about how y'all can come up. Sometimes you do get a better deal at a mom and pop shop. It all depends on what you're trying to buy. There's no one place, one store that's gonna have the best price for every single thing. So you're gonna get some. I get certain things from certain stores. I like to stop shop at like the minority markets. They have the Asian markets and the Mexican markets. They have the freshest produce. The Asian markets especially, and the stuff is decent price. So that's what I do. Yes, and credit unions. I highly recommend it. I don't have none of my money in no damn bank. We don't do banks in my family. We do credit unions. So, but anyway, that's what I have to say about today. For today's show on Twitch. I will be back on Twitch next Saturday. Tomorrow is Shit Talking Sunday. We're gonna be over on YouTube talking mucho shit. And what I'm gonna be talking about tomorrow is how black men always want to. They always got some shit to say. Always got to be in your face, putting themselves in your personal space. Yes, if we don't have all these out here, I wish we did. I want us to shop there, but we got Trader Joe's, so. And I want to talk, get you ladies to talk about that, those kind of situations. And we got to, what's going on with brothers that they always want to be at somebody's attention like that? What is that about? What's wrong? What's wrong? Come on now. That's not very manly. That's something's wrong with you. But that's what we're going to talk about. I haven't set it up yet. I was looking for. I want to have somebody who's an expert, like a financier or something, but I haven't really had time to think about it yet. It's just something that's brewing around in my mind. All of my shows, I think about them for sometimes months before I actually do it. It's like I'm kind of like massaging around in my head, and then when I come with it, I come strong. That's how I come. I always have all my facts and figures and stuff in line, and my thoughts are organized. So I think about it first before I start talking. So it'll happen, but just give me some time. I got a lot of other stuff on deck to coming up for you guys. But yeah, if you know a guy who's interested in, you think he's a great father, he's got a great handle on manhood, I would appreciate you sharing the information which is on the channel. There's like a community board on the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Depsterism. And just send them there and they can see on the community wall the details of this research project I'm trying to do. And I would love it, just film yourself with a little, your own cell phone. It doesn't have to be fancy. And email me the file to surviving dating, which my email. Email your video clip there. All right. So that's what I got to say today. Be with me tomorrow. It's going to start at 3 o'clock Pacific time, which is 6 if you're on the East Coast, and 5 if you're in Central time. But this is Deb Cooper from survivingdating.com. I'll see you guys good. Really, it was a good show. I'll see you guys all tomorrow if you make it. All right.